we've made way too many mistakes this week, okay? The coaching staff has gone in. We've simplified the game plan. Let's go out here and execute. Hey, we got to execute to win.
Let's go! White 90! White 90! Hot! Let's go! Brand 38! Hot! Let's go! White 90! White 90! Hot! Let's go! White 90! White 90! Hut! Come on, let's go! White 90! White 90! Hut! Come on, let's go! White 90! Hut! Come on, let's go! White 90! Hut! Let's go! White 90! Let's go! White 90! White 90! Here we go! Brand 38!
All right, strap them up. Pull up your big boy britches. This is for gold.
Hey, big fella, swing over here. Let's talk. We've been talking about you getting better every week. You know what? Today you got better. Let's keep it up.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a very good defense. The Bills are the least scored on team in the league, and they'll be up against a 49ers offense that will need to rise to the occasion. So let's send you up to Orchard Park, New York. Standing by, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they, too, were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback out of Nevada. Still a 49er, it's Colin Kaepernick.
And all we kept hearing was that he was going to be somewhere else, didn't we? The trade rumors were all over the place. What were we talking about? Denver? I think the Jets there was some discussion about.
Buffalo a little bit.
Yeah,
Cleveland.
A whole bunch of different places, but he's back in San Francisco. And if Carlos Hyde runs the ball real well, we may see flashes of the old Colin Kaepernick off of the run game where he can use his legs as well as throw the ball downfield.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Carlos Hyde's a physical, tough runner. Had a few dings, but I don't think he should change a thing in terms of style. And I think that playing in Chip Kelly's offense gives him a chance to catch the ball more as well.
He can do both with him, Kenny. And he said he's excited to be in that Chip Kelly offense.
I think the versatility will really be to his liking.
And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run the option left. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Surveying the field. He's going to loft one deep, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. Whoosh. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I'm often struck when I watch LaShawn McCoy play, how often you just watch him and you almost get mesmerized by his style, and then boom, there's another 20-plus yard run. It's amazing how he pulls it off.
Yeah, his former second-round pick out of Pittsburgh, still doing it in the league at a very, very high level. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Tackled that time by Jarquiski Tartt. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. There's a carry now for Mike Gillislee. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Credit the tackle to Navarro Bowman.
Everyone's looking for the big runs, the explosive runs, the 20 to 30-yard plays. But anytime you're picking up good yardage and setting yourself up on down and distance, offenses love that too.
Taylor, they got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
So McCoy adding to his yardage total in this one. Last year, 895 yards in his first season in Buffalo. Of course, he had Charles 4,000-yard years in Philadelphia.
And you know the man they call Shady wants to throw some shade at the Eagles for ever letting him go. He wants a big year in 2016.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Taylor to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Roberto Aguayo now to try to tack on 3. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Aguayo able to knock it through. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
A chance for us to look now at the Bills' defense. They had the interception last time, led to a field goal.
And kept points off the board against them as well. What a great way to end a drive. Take it away and set your offense up to put points on the board themselves.
The only thing would have been better a touchdown. Now they'll be looking to get the stop and lead to that here on the next drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And Cap, of course, was a great baseball player, drafted as a pitcher. He kind of showed his arm right there, didn't he?
Yeah, he let that one go, didn't he? That was a catcher putting down the #1 signal for the fastball and turning it loose. It was needed in that situation, though. He had to throw a tight spiral and a hard one in order to get it in there for a completion.
First down, a run with Hyde. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score, and we're back to upstate New York after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. They run it again with Hyde. It'll be a gain of 11, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
The pickup of 11, and it moves the chains. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll run the option left. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. And here's Phil Dawson now with a 49er field goal unit. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And Dawson's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
We get a look now at the 49ers defense as they get into position. And as we're going to see right here, they have been laying some pretty electrifying hits in this one.
And these are for real. Okay, as you watch, think about putting yourself in that spot, about being the ball carrier or the receiver.
I don't want to.
And then taking that shot, it is something else. It's not like when we were watching that video clip where they showed you how they make sounds for movies. This is for real.
On first down, it's Taylor. Looking for his tight end, Clay, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
False start, offense.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Carlos Hyde, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They come out here in the eye. On second down, it's McCoy. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
There's no secret to beating a 3-4 when you're trying to run the ball up the middle. You have to control the guy over the nose of the center. And oftentimes, he's awfully hard to move. That's why he's there. A big guy, usually north of 300 pounds, with some agility. But somehow, you got to figure out how to move him. And most teams will double the nose. Center and a guard trying to move him to one side or the other. And when they're able to do that successfully, as just happened here, that's when you get big-time running plays.
A reminder coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before that. They'll run it now out of the gun. And we'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. And they're going to speed things up here. And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. To throw is Taylor. And a quick throw here that's complete. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. 10th carry now for McCoy. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll go again to McCoy. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
Good call.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. 1st and goal here from the 9. Now McCoy. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this seemingly endless drive continues. On run for their wideout. And he stopped immediately there. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Here we go. Ryan 38. Ryan 38.
3rd down and goal from the 8. They'll run with Yellowsley. Call it a gain of 5, but still a decent ways from the end zone now on 4th and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They're going on 4th down. It's Taylor. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, if you're in the red zone, we're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Again, it's high. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you now to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, LR.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Bills have been solid in the secondary to this point. The 49ers have struggled to throw the football 2 straight weeks, so that's something they'll try to fix in the second half. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Third down from the 40. McDonald's able to get open here, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 28-yard line. But they end up coming away with just 3 on the drive. Now midway through the second, here the defense will come up with a pick. 49ers defense forces the turnover. Now following the interception, Hyde's going to stay inside after the handoff, and he'll go in from 2 yards out. That puts them up by a touchdown. So that'll do it for us. We'll go back now to Orchard Park for the second half.
Thank you, LR. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Bills now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Again, it's McCoy. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets us into enemy territory across the 40.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Taylor with a give to McCoy. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 and the 34. Give the tackle to the rookie, DeForest Buckner. They go now to McCoy. He's seen a ton of action this afternoon. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
On third down, Taylor. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass. They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward to get the first down.
Curley's got it complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Now Hyde trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tackle made there by Zach Brown. So this is the second consecutive week, as you look at the numbers, that he just doesn't seem to have the same pop as we normally see him with.
Is there an injury we don't know about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because that's a legitimate question right now. We're used to speed, power, all coming together. And what I've always loved about him is his vision. You know, last week he didn't have that as well. Always thought he was picking the wrong hole to try and run through. And his blockers, they seem to be getting him to the right place, but he picked the wrong spot. We're seeing some of that again this week. Can they snap it together? Can they get back in sync? Because normally we see them go together very, very well. So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball, and that didn't happen on that play.
Here comes LaShawn McCoy as he trots back out there now. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Now Taylor going to hand this one off to McCoy. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4.
Come on, let's go. What?
On 2nd down, Taylor. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A big gain there for the Bills. 32 yards.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly, because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit over the top of you for bigger yardage. So if you can chip off the timing of the receiver off the line of scrimmage so he can't actually get into the route, that's the best way to defend it. But there was no possibility of that on that play. End result, receiver won in a big way.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
One man in the backfield, that's McCoy. And he'll get it up the middle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here we go. It's Chandler on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too. But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
They run high. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, what I'm seeing in this game so far, an offensive line that's establishing themselves well in the line of scrimmage, and they feel like they can keep pounding and pounding throughout this game in order to win.
Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football.
Plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or...
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he did get it back, I do think, yes. So no turnover on the punt, and it'll be a 1st down. The Bills' offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second-guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deep. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tank Carradine in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off on a former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
There's just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. A couple of Bills team up to bring him down there. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. Time for a break. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. And the Bills getting set to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Back to throw. Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. 14 yards that time for number 14. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. Left side here, caught by Clay. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push them back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the All-Pro, Navarro Bowman. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call the timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they will take a knee here. Now the Bills will take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And the ball game should end here on the kneel down. By Kaepernick. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Well, Charles, the old...